What's up, guys? Coming at you live from Idle Falls, Idaho for this week's Perspective, where we highlight top performers and we tell your stories. Guys, 7 offices in 6 days. Branson and I had a blast on the Red Shoe Tour this last week. We started in Reno, worked our way all the way through California and got down to LAX. It was a blast getting out and being with all of you guys. It was super energizing. Dave and Brandon will be out this week in Riverside and San Diego, so keep an eye out for them. We're excited to get updates from them on the road. We went through this as we were in each of the offices, but just so everybody is aware, and for a quick update, the Curve incentive for May is a chance for all of our rookies to get a Bad Birdie polo and a really sick hat for just getting 4 accounts. But in order to get that gear, you've got to make sure on the Talent Cards app to look out for 2 challenges that you have to do. You have to do a pitch pass off, and you also have to do an objections challenge. So the details of those are in Talent Cards, but you need to video those and get them sent in to becometraining@radixsales.com. Again, that's becometraining@radixsales.com. 139 accounts this last week. That's up 40 accounts from the week previous. That's what we expect to see. What that means is that we are getting the rookies trained. You guys are starting to get some experience under your belt. You're starting to tweak your pitches. All of the things are lining up to be able to continue to crescendo through May, and we're really excited the direction things are heading. As I was digging into the numbers this last week, I wanted to highlight one stat that just shows that we are doing exactly what we're supposed to be doing right now. We had 85 lead reps with a deal. That means there's 85 new guys that were able to work through their learning curve, get closers in the house, and make sure that they were quality appointments so they could get something close. So congrats to all of the managers and to each of you as lead reps. Wanted to jump into really quickly to the numbers from this last week. Want to highlight our top 5 lead reps, our top 5 closers, and our top 5 teams. So top 5 lead reps this week. Starting out, we had Fred Brantley with 6, Brian Harmon with 5, Chris Egbert with 4, Bree Nelson with 4, and Aaron Pico with 4. Congrats to our top 5 lead reps this week. Top 5 closers. We have Tate Foster, double digits with 10. Luke Murdoch with 9 in New Mexico. McCray Foster, Stetson Banks, each with 8. And then rounding out our top 5, we have Paulo Buendia with 6 accounts. This is where it gets exciting. Our top teams this last week. We had Ammon Davis and Team Impact with 19. We had Dylan Clark's group with 18. We have Paulo Buendia and Blake Decker with 16. Apollo, Team Murdoch with 10. And rounding out our top 5, we have Payson Erickson out in Dallas with 9 also. Congrats to our top 5 teams from this last week. Okay, this is the part I love absolute most about the Perspective, and it's highlighting your stories. Wanted to take a second and highlight 3 individuals. So first we have Fred Brantley. Fred Brantley did 6 accounts this last week. I believe it's his biggest week ever. And as I was talking with his management, they just expressed how incredible his attitude always is. Like literally there's not an ounce of negativity in this guy. And again, that's what it takes in order to be successful at this job. Like you've got to cancel out all of the negativity. And Fred Brantley is an extreme example of that. And guys, he's also not a young buck. So it goes to show that age is not a factor in this game. Fred, congrats, man. Keep showing these young guys what's up. We got Chris Egbert. Chris Egbert joined us last summer. We had Jared Russell, David Schertz, and Austin Nelson that recruited him out in market this last year, and he's stuck with us. He's been here, I believe, a full year now. So wanted to highlight Chris. Chris has done an incredible job of just staying the course, trusting the process, leaning in, and just absorbing every piece of knowledge that he can. His management says that they wish that they had 10 of him. So Chris, keep up the good work. Then wanted to highlight Tate Foster. Tate Foster's been in solar for 2.5 years now, and he's absolutely crushed it. But honestly, to go out and get 10 accounts, it takes a special amount of grit. He said that he was going from 8 in the morning until 9 o'clock at night, and he would not let me highlight him unless I made sure that I threw a plug in for all of the lead reps on his team. They were stacked all day long with appointments, literally from 8 until 9 o'clock, and he was just cranking all day long. So congrats to Team Impact and the entire leadership group out there. Guys, I want to end things with a quick leadership thought, and it's this. You need to establish 3 simple rules for yourself that will help eliminate the chaos of the day and keep you focused on the doors. So you need to have 3 simple rules where you do a self-evaluation and decide, what are the things that are taking me off the doors? And what little rules could I put in place for myself that would make it so I could be more efficient on the doors? So for me, early on, I decided that one of those rules needed to be that I was going to go to the restroom in customers' homes because my gas station runs just got too long. I answered a text here, I took a call there, and a 5-minute gas station break quickly turned into an hour. And we all know that that happens. So figure out some sort of rule around that. Number 2, I had to set rules with my wife to make sure that she knew that I wasn't available from 2 until 9 o'clock. And so setting really good boundaries with your loved ones and letting them know that those are work hours, because it's really easy to justify one call and then a second call and then a third call. And pretty soon you've been off the doors for a couple hours during the day, just taking these random one-off calls. So make sure to set proper expectations with your loved ones. And the third one for me was to make sure that I knocked a door within 15 seconds of putting my car in park. Again, at different stages in my career, I'd put my car in park and immediately I would have texts from customers or from reps or whoever it was. And so for me, it was important to just get the day started really quick. So I put my car in park and I literally would count to 15. And by the time I got to 15, I would need to make sure I was knocking that first door. So those were the 3 rules that worked for me. Now for you, they're going to be very different, but make sure that you take the time this week to look at your schedule and do a really hard self-evaluation and say, what's taking me off the doors and what rules can I put in place to make sure that I'm being the most effective with my time. Guys, that's it. Thanks for tuning in for The Perspective. We'll catch you guys next week.